Now, our pick of the week this week are two documentaries on the Fyre Festival that I referenced a little bit earlier. If you haven't heard about what happened here, watch one of these two and you'll get the full picture. It just shows you how broken influencer marketing is and how undisclosed ads can lead to significant harm. In this case, financial harm, but it could have resulted in far worse than just financial harm. Now, these are on Hulu and Netflix. Now, of the two, I think the Hulu documentary was better in that it covered more of this fraud than the Netflix one did, and there's a good reason for this. The Netflix documentary was produced in part by the marketing agency that was promoting the Fyre Festival in the first place. Now, the Hulu documentary is not off the hook here. I'll talk more about its issues in a minute, but I got the sense from the Netflix one that a lot of the agencies that were involved said, oh, well, how would we know this was going to end in disaster? I mean, we were just tired to promote the product, and, you know, there's people that promote cars that explode and they don't get into trouble with this stuff. But what becomes clear from the Hulu documentary is that they did know this was going to be a disaster, and yet they continue to promote it through fake posts, through aggressive marketing, and really trying to extract as much money from these people coming to the festival as they could, even though they knew it was never going to happen. And I thought that the Netflix documentary was a little bit tainted by the fact that the people producing it were involved in the story in the first place. Now, the Hulu one is not off the hook because they paid the villain of the story, Brian McFarlane, the guy that led this entire fraud. They paid him to sit down for an interview. They haven't disclosed how much it is, but I think it might be north of $100,000. And he provided nothing new to the story because he couldn't talk about half the stuff that went on with it, primarily because he was about to be sent to jail. And I think he was on trial at that point or had just finished up one of his trials, and he still has a lot of civil cases hanging over his head. So yeah, they paid him to be in the documentary they were doing on Hulu, but I think the story was not well told through Netflix, given that I think this really acted as a way for the marketing agencies to defend themselves and make money from the story at the same time. Not cool, and unfortunately a lot of people who were defrauded by this music festival will never see their money again, and thank God nobody got hurt, injured, or killed in this whole debacle, because that could have very well happened, and you can see the potential for that on both of these documentaries. And if you want to dig a little deeper into what was going on with these two documentaries, there was a story on The Ringer that I thought was a good summation of all the issues that each of these has. You can see it there linked on screen.
This channel is brought to you by the Lon.TV supporters, including gold level supporters Chris Allegretta, the Four Guys with Quarters podcast, Tom Albrecht, Anuj Zaveri, and Kalyan Kumar. If you want to help the channel, you can by contributing as little as $1 a month. Head over to lon.tv/support to learn more. And don't forget to subscribe. Visit lon.tv/s.